one of the two oldest in the country, and the oldest from southern India, and obviously the oldest from Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has always been in the forefront in the healthcare, and especially in the COVID times, health has probably assumed much more significance. And Madras Chamber, a chamber focusing on the Tamil Nadu and the one of the important sectors, healthcare. We are very happy to join together with Medical Academy and Biovedas in organizing this program. In the Chamber Parlance, we always say it's the SMEs which always have the first trouble whenever any sort of a crisis comes, even when it's a manufacturing industry or a service industry. But they are the backbones of every economy. So also in the healthcare sector, I think the small, medium hospitals are quite important. And we know how much trouble they are undergoing now, especially in terms of survival and sustainability. That is the background of this program. And thanks once again, all of you, for joining this morning event. I would now sign off here and leave to Mr. Srivatsan and take it forward with Dr. Manivandan, Mr. Vishwanathan, and Mr. Raghu. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So we welcome all the participants for this particular program, and it's been a pleasure joining. I now request the panelists to introduce and then start. Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone, and I'm really happy that this is the first session which we have started after COVID. And so far, 120 people had registered, and now at least we have 32 people. We expect more to join over a period of time. So I'm Dr. Manivandan. I'm founder and managing director of Kaveri Group of Hospitals, Tamil Nadu. I'm also founder CEO of Medicall, India's largest medical exhibition. I'm also founder, managing director of Agile Health, which is focusing on healthcare IT solutions. So basically, we started the Kaveri Hospital 20 years back in 1999 in a tier 2 town called Trichy with 30 beds. Over a period of time, we have grown to 1,200 beds and a 500 crore turnover company in the last 20 years. So we faced a lot of challenges during initial times. Small and medium hospitals face many challenges. Even today, they are facing. So when we started, we faced many challenges, and we have to learn everything by making mistakes. Okay. So that's why I started the Medicall exhibition with the idea of focusing on everything they fail to teach you at medical college. That's a theme, actually. Everything they fail to teach you at medical college. And Medicall was started in 2006 with exhibitors. After 18 years, now the last Medicall had 750 exhibitors and more than 20,000 participants, actually. The idea of Medicall was to share the best practices with all the small and medium hospital owners, as well as bring in the platform where the exhibitors and visitors come into place. So the visitors will be able to compare and contrast various equipments, and they were able to bargain and get a better pricing. And a lot of new visitors and the increased number of visitors, we realized that it has served its purpose. It has served its purpose, and people were able to get the best of this thing. And seminars at Medicall were always very good. We discussed current topics. And currently, the most important problem which everyone faces is the how to handle Corona and post-Corona situation. What is the new normal thing? And especially small and medium hospitals, how do they handle financial situations? That's what very important. So here we are going to talk about this. With that, I stop my brief introduction. And Mr. Vishwanathan.
Hi all, good morning to all of you. Very happy to be part of this initiative by Madras Chamber of Commerce and Medicall and Biovedas. My name is Vishwanathan. I am a chartered accountant. I've been working in various industries, but in healthcare for last 5 years now. I was group CFO for Care Hospitals and then with Sunshine in Hyderabad. And last 1 year, I'm in this telehealth company called M-Fine. The logo is at the back just to show that's the brand image. And we are basically a telehealth solutions company enabling hospitals to make their OP seamless between the physical and the digital part of it. We have been, currently we are working with nearly 350 plus hospitals pan India with 2,500 doctors on the panel. And we also have 2 million users who have used our system and doing great things. And I think COVID enabled the government to change the rules on telemedicine. And in fact, it's officially gazetted yesterday that telemedicine is legal and ethical, and one can possibly do within the framework of what the government has suggested, which mainly significantly covers a lot of things. And in these times where every patient is asymptomatic carrier of corona and COVID, doctor is also as much at risk of getting infected as much as the patient. I think it has come as a boon, and very happy to be here to sharing my thoughts on what COVID is going to do to us in healthcare. Thank you.
Shivatsan.
I run ERP Consulting and we are a business intelligence consulting company. I'm a member of the couple of expert committees of the Madras Chamber of Commerce. So I'm just here to coordinate the session with the two experts who would be sharing their words of wisdom. The pattern which we would follow, to very briefly, is that there are a lot of questions which have come up from many of the participants. We've tried to consolidate those questions. Those questions will be displayed in the form of PowerPoint presentation, and the experts will answer those questions. We will complete this session by about 11:50 and leave the last 10 minutes for the participants to raise your questions. Please raise those questions by way of the chat box, and the experts will try to answer those questions in the last 10 minutes as well. So I think without much ado, we will begin. So may I request Swarna to put up the first question? Yes, I'm sure it's quite visible to all the participants. If any of the participants is not able to read the presentation, please raise your hand in the chat and Swarna will address that. So the first question is, what will be the impact of losing elective surgeries and how do we overcome it? The experts?
Yeah, so basically, say this is straight away when we are coming to the point, actually. Basically, one is surgical specialty has been a revenue spinner for any small and medium hospital. And most of the smaller hospitals are doctors promoted hospital where the surgeon gynecologist combination, gynecologist and orthopedician combination. And unfortunately, in this COVID situations, we are not able to do any elective cases. And that's a big problem. Say one is elective surgeries, and at least at Kaveri, we have been doing all emergency surgeries, and elective surgeries started slowly coming now. So we are able to see semi-electives. For example, in a cardiac surgery, if it's a triple vessel disease, then it is a CABG is must. Okay, so that's a semi-emergency, or limb-saving surgeries, or some tumor which is there, which has to be operated. All these electives have started coming. One positive thing which we were worried earlier was the patients may not come for surgeries or outpatients and other things. But now, what from Kaveri or other hospitals which I've seen, they have started promoting, giving confidence to the patient through social media and other channels, TV media, newspapers and other things, that hospital is the safest place in your town. They have to understand that people have got corona from various things like vegetable markets, grocery stores, or other functions or other things. But hospital acquired corona is very, very little, because hospitals so we need a lot of precautions who are coming for surgery. Please, elective surgeries are safe here. And we have to understand that if you are going to postpone elective surgeries, they are going to land up in complication. This, we have to educate it. So my thing is, one, we have to protect our doctors and staff during elective surgeries. And now we have enough protocols in all our surgical specialty forums, and which can be done. And then we have to educate our patients on why these surgeries patients can come now, rather than living with the pain or tumor or whatever problem. Please visit us. Hospital is the safest place. This is what we have to promote to the public. That's what my take is.
Vishwanathan, would you like to add something?
Yeah, I would like to add. So I instantly, today morning, I had the access of this British Medical Journal's research report, which says that worldwide, so many surgeries have got postponed. In India, it's estimated that we have postponed close to 5,80,000 odd surgeries in the 12 week. We will end up postponing in 12 weeks close to 6 lakh surgeries. And the belief is that this surgery will come back because it can't go away. People who are sick are not going to go away. And even if people do 20% more than what the normal surgeries they would have been doing pre-COVID, it will take at least 8 to 9 months to clear the backlog. So yes, it is a challenge now, but I think orthopedics, but people have started doing elective surgeries. I work with a lot of hospitals, semi-emergency elective surgeries are back. People are taking all the precautions. And yes, it is currently it is tough, but I'm thinking things will look better in another 6 to 8 weeks once while this pandemic is not going to go away. I'm sure once the relaxations happen, lockdown protocols come down, I'm sure things are going to come back.
Yeah, as she said, following strict protocols and educating the public about why hospitals are safe. These are the two solutions to bring back the elective surgeries. Let's go to the next one, sir.
Good, Swarna, next one.
So this question is very interesting. How do you manage sudden spike in PPEs and
So you're broken.
That the supply of PPE itself is very less. Okay. We are selling for a 3-ply mask at 250 rupees. We are getting now, and suddenly it went to 20 rupees. And then it has come back to now 5 rupees or 6 rupees. So going forward, I think we'll get PPEs at affordable cost. Today, 3-ply mask, we get it for 5 rupees in bulk. Or, of course, this full body PPE, we are getting it from 150 rupees to 600 rupees on various reasons. And we can do the face visor. In fact, we have posted in our Facebook group how we have done face visors by ourselves. We can do simple face visors, which cost you just 10 rupees or 15 rupees with the locally available material. And we can use the routine goggles, driving goggles, or other goggles to protect us. And apart from that, the PPEs, we need not use disposable PPEs always. The smaller hospitals or other, even in our hospital, what we advise is in OPD, patients, doctors are wearing full surgical gowns, the green gown which you are using in surgery, and then they remove it when they go home and we wash it and sterilize it and give it back. So why do you want to waste on disposable? So here disposable is 3-ply mask, face visor is reusable, and the N95 mask also we are reusing in our hospital for the last 1.5 months. We have given 4 or 5 N95 masks to every staff and doctors. They are using it for the last 4 weeks. So every month we give them 5 N95 masks. We have got initially N95 mask for 40 rupees and later for 120 rupees. So it is not going to cost much. If you use it appropriately, wherever possible, we reuse things after proper sterilization. I think the cost can be controlled very clearly in any hospital setting. That's what my this thing is about.
Okay.
Vishy? Yeah.
For me, I've seen data now where people are passing it through to the patients. There are articles, enough articles going around in surgeries and insurance companies fighting back that they will not fund these costs. So people are taking multiple approaches. I think end of the day, the costs increase. Some will be getting absorbed by the system. Some will get passed through to the patient wherever possible. And some will be bundled in the pricing in the manner that it's not visible to the patient, I guess. That's my view on this.
That's a good point, Vishwanathan, because that's also very important. If you pass it on all the cost to the patients are going to complain, insurance company will not pay. And of course, most of our patients have become poorer, actually. They can't afford it. So this is the time where we have to see that how can I make affordable healthcare, and we need to ensure that as far as possible, reusable things can be used with proper sterilization and cost can be reduced. Another thing which we are discussing, interesting thing is adherence of when mask usage by public. What we have done is for we charge around 15 rupees extra during registration. We give 2 masks free to all the outpatients and 5 masks free to all the inpatients. And we started giving cloth masks so that these people go and reuse it. In this way, we have we are trying to increase the culture of wearing masks as well as reducing the cost.
Okay, Swarna, next.
Yeah, going digital, EHR, RX, telemedicine is the way to go for clinics, hospitals to make themselves lockdown proof. Agree. Any other disruptive solutions for revenue? Vishwanathan, probably I'll post this to you. Probably you'll be the right person to answer. Then after that, I will come back.
Yeah, I think telemedicine or teleconsultation, telemedicine has been in this country for long now, but telemedicine was practiced in a way while it was not illegal, it was not legalized, but pandemic like COVID has been used as a good crisis to bring reforms in this sector as well. Given that India has close to 48 crore people having smartphones, we all buy things we are buying things on the phones, and also given the technology cost being low, I think we have migrated significantly and quicker to a very disruptive solution with teleconsultation now. Instantly, the last bit of the legal piece was closed yesterday by the government by actually notifying in a gazette. So now that it is actually ethically, legally correct to do a teleconsultation. And we are seeing large adoption. Just to give you an example, we are a telemedicine, telehealth company now. In last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we have added more doctors than what we have added in last 2 years. So there is a big adoption. We are seeing people doing consultation. In fact, our teleconsultations have grown by 5x. And one more indicator for us that it is here to stay is because pre-COVID, we had only 20% people paying for a teleconsultation. Today, 90% people are paying for teleconsultation. We could actually start monetizing consultation also as of now. So we are seeing a change, and we are seeing people from Jammu Kashmir to Kerala to Itanagar to Nagaland. You name even an X-ray infected area like Gadchiroli, people are consulting doctors on phone. And language is not a barrier that seems to be as now, but yes, it is here to stay. And that is
that's a good point, Vishy. Basically, telemedicine, imagine the Zoom calls. Have you ever imagined that we'll be doing all these things in Zoom 2 months back? Definitely not.
No,
we are able to do, and we are almost with the comforts of our house, and we are able to do all these knowledge sharing session in Zoom. So technology investment has to be done, whether it is a HMS or a teleconsultation app or whatever technology is, investment has to be done. I'll tell my hospital example. We have invested in the last many years. We have invested a lot on the infrastructure and IT infrastructure. So when the lockdown was announced, we had 130 laptops with all the team members. Immediately, all these 130 backend people went home and started connecting over to our server. And last 2 months, they have been working the same way which they have been working. All the finance, purchase, IT team, all these people, backend people were working from home. So investment in technology is very important. I think people would have realized that we have to invest in technology to make it as a sustainable thing. But any other disruptive solution for revenue, that's a very interesting thing. Teleconsultation is one thing. Definitely, we can do a lot of teleconsultations so that we can improve our geography. Suppose you are operating from Hyderabad or Chennai or something. If you do a teleconsultation, even from Delhi or Africa, teleconsultation with you. The second thing is home care. Say today, hospital patients are afraid to come to our hospital. So we can offer home care services. We can say that we'll take care of your things like catheter change or dressing, or so many administration of insulin, or so many things we'll do at home. So home care is another thing which we can definitely look into it. Very easy. And there are a lot of simple technology also available there. The third thing is home delivery of medicines. Home delivery of medicines is something which we can use for our patients. They can call up, send WhatsApp, and we can go and deliver medicines and collect money. These three simple things are definitely a solution for increasing your revenues.
In fact, I would just add one more thing, Dr. Manivandan. Apart from delivery of medicines, what we are also seeing now in the industry is people are investing in doing path lab collections also from home. Within the periphery of 5 kilometers and 3 kilometers, they are using the phlebotomists who are there at lab, using their vans and ambulances and extending their services. Basically, OP is moving to home rather than being at hospital. I think that because we see 45–50% of cases are follow-up cases, which can post-discharge cases, which are definitely can be done through a teleconsultation route for hospitals. And there are enough models where the hospitals don't have to invest in the capex today. They can do a pay-per-use models also, which is available. So it makes a quicker adoption. It's like using a mobile phone or WhatsApp for hospitals today to do that.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Done. Next.
Swarna, the next one.
Cash flow management. That's the most important thing which we have been talking. Efficiency in receivables and payables. Okay. Cash flow management, of course, further questions are there. How do you improve the cash flow? Because people have been talking when, say, in our session also, we are teaching a lot of doctors about cash flow management or financial management in hospital. Say one thing is people generally think that I've got a good turnover, so I'm good, I'm rich, and I'm doing business. People have to see what is their profit margin, and people have to see how much cash they have. Ultimately, cash in hand is the most important thing in the business. So today, there are two things. One is the cash flow is reduced. The number of patients coming into us has reduced. But so naturally, variable costs like consumables and other things are also reduced. But what do you do for other things? Fixed payment like staff salary, doctor salary, and rental. The first thing I will go to receivables. Receivables is something which you receive from the insurance companies or corporates. If you deep dive into your data, you'll find that these corporates have been paying for 60 days or 90 days later, or some guys are not paying. Actually, these things are eroding into your profit. Unknowingly, these non-receivables are eroding into your profit. This is the time you have to deep dive into your books and see that which corporate has not paid, which insurance company has not paid. But what's happening because of this corona, most of the insurance companies are working from home. So what documents? They have opened up their system, and now we have to submit our claims only in the online portal. This is a very transparent system. Using the online portals, we will be able to know how much has been paid and not paid, and we can fight with the insurance company to get this. So this is a very important development. All the hospitals ensure that the insurance portals are utilized by your corporate. The second thing is payables. Payables, yes, we have to talk about doctor's fees, employee cost, as well as the rentals. Okay. Probably, I think going forward, slides are there for this. So I will take a single thing like rentals. Rentals in our hospital, most of our hospitals are in rental premises. We went and spoke to all the owners, building owners. We had a very transparent discussion. We said that, look, we have been with you the last 10 years. We have paid all the rents in time, and we will also continue to be in the business. But currently, I'm facing problem. Please, I need 50% reduction. Remaining 50%, I'll pay you after 3 months. Deferment, cut and deferment. You'll not believe 75% of our owners accepted it. And some people accepted for 100% cut for next 3 months. And then after that, 50% cut for next 6 months. So we have to go and sit and talk to them about the genuinity. So naturally, we will reduce. The second thing is vendor payments. Vendor payments, what we have done is, say, so far, all the vendors, we have paid in a decent time of 40 days to 60 days, and they have been very loyal to us. We have a loyal set of vendors. So we went and spoke to them. Say, look, the old, this thing, we will not pay. We will pay it after 90 days. And the vendors came back and said that, look, I have an issue. I have a cash flow issue. I also have a cash flow. Though what we said, whatever we are buying now, we will pay you within 15 days. Whatever is pending earlier, we will pay it after 90 days. They accepted it. And we are paying whatever we are buying now, we are paying within 10 to 15 days. And their cash flow is also good, actually. This is about vendors. The another thing is about employees. Employees are very important for our organization. Employees have been with us for ages, right from we started our hospital. So we can't just allow them to go. So we created, I'm telling my example, and probably you can take your own example. So we took up any employee who's earning less than, we have 3,500 employees in our company. Any employee who's earning less than 30,000, there is no cut. Any employee earning between 30,000 to 1 lakh, there is a 10% cut. 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 15% cut, 2 lakh, about 30% cut. This is what we have done for employees. For more than 30,000 also, anyone who is a front-ending, like probably a senior nurse or whatever it is, we haven't given a cut. This is for the first month. So second month now, what we are talking is, we are staggering the staffs. 7 days leave and 7 days this thing. So whenever they are on leave, we are planning to give them 50% salary. The most important thing is we are calling them, we are talking to them, we are telling them about the genuine financial situation of the company. They are accepting. And for doctors, we have spoken to doctors. Some doctors are in a salary basis and other doctors are in fee for service basis. So for some doctors, we said, doctor, for next 3 months, why don't you go for fee for service? Say 50% of them accepted. We converted them to fee for service. Remaining 50% said, look, I have some EMIs to pay. Why don't you pay me 50% of salary? So we have paid them 50% of salary. This transition has been very smooth. The main thing is the communicating with the stakeholders, let it be the staffs, doctors, vendors, or landowners. Okay, these 4 components, salary, doctor's fee payment, vendor payment, rental, these are the 4 components which accounts for 85% of your cost. So this is what we have done in cash flow management. And Vishwanathan is an expert in cash flow management. Probably, Vishy, you can add to my points.
No, I think I would have very less to add from what you have told, because what you're doing in the hospital is what I gather. Most of the hospitals are doing similar things. They have gone and talked to all the stakeholders. They have discussed. Most of the hospitals today have rental as a big component because nobody's investing in buildings to build hospitals. So they have gone and talked to the stakeholders and sought deferments. Like you have said, most of them have agreed. And some have not agreed. Employees, the same thing what you're doing has been happening in most of the hospitals have been doing exactly the same things. So there's nothing for me to add because it's all about negotiation which is going with each of the stakeholders. And
I understand.
And it's a new situation for everybody. It's a paradigm shift which has happened. So everybody's reacting based on what they are able to manage.
Okay, okay. Fine. Okay. Next question. Senior doctors, minimum guarantee and fee for service, any innovative vision? But I've already addressed this. I think, say, if you talk to the doctors for next 3 months, ask them to go for fee for service. Or if someone has got EMIs, sympathetic with them and then pay them 50% of the fees. Because these are the employees. Corona will come and go, but our staffs and doctors will stay with us. Next.
Good, next.
How to bring financial sustainability? I mean, Vishy, probably you should start.
I think Corona has made realize, including all of us, including governments, individuals, hospitals, it's for all of us to realize that in this country, if we shut it down for 2 weeks, nobody has money, right? We all may have money, investments have gone, everybody has taken a loss on their investments because the stock market is gone. So how to bring financial stability is one thing which I've been, as a CFO, I've been practicing, and most of the organization I've left, I've been always there, is to have at least 3 months or 4 months of cash available with you. It's a very difficult situation. If you look at your, anybody looks at the balance sheet or P&L, the bank balances are always next to zero. The collection comes, then only we pay. And that's how we run our businesses, or we have some bank financing arrangements. How to bring financial sustainability is the way you're focusing on cost today, that has to be a habit and it has to continue forever. And secondly, EBITDA is not cash. So you always have to build a cash or have a tap which you can open at your will to have that cash whenever you want. And my suggestion always has been at least keep 90 days of fixed expenses with you always in some form of available cash so that you can tide over such crises.
Okay, good, Vishy. So one thing is about financial sustainability. First thing I would say that financial knowledge, actually. Every hospital owner should have some financial knowledge. If you have that financial knowledge, naturally you'll be very cautious about the cost. Simple. As I said, am I audible? Shivatsan, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So financial knowledge. As I said, you understand the top 5 costs in your company: employee cost, doctor fees, consumable cost or pharmacy cost, and then rentals and electricity. These are the vendor payments. Okay. These are the 5 costs. I'll just go into one thing: employee cost. You just go into your employee, total number of employees. Do you require so many employees? The normal ratio which people talk is 1:5. Suppose you have 20 occupancy, then maximum number of employees you should have is 100. Maximum. Say 3 to 5 is the good average for small and medium hospitals. So we need to ensure that number of employees is less. We should ensure that the employees do multitasking so that one employee could do multiple jobs. And we should see that whether a lot of automation can be done so that we run our hospital or clinic with limited number of employees. One example I'm just telling. So go back to your balance sheet, go back to your profit and loss statement, understand where the cost has been, discuss with your auditors. Generally, we go to the auditor only at the year end, but please now go back to them, get some benefits of the fees which you are paying to them. So ask them, tell me, how can I control the cost? They will tell something, and also you discuss in the forums like this, you'll get ideas. So then a very frugal approach in every activity. Next time when you're going to invest in a equipment, a high-end equipment, please ask yourself, what is the return on investment of this equipment? Will I get money out of this equipment? If I don't get money, please don't buy it. Share something which your friend is having. Suppose some laparoscopy equipment your friend is having, get it from them for a rental. So these kind of innovative models will help you in financial sustainability.
Yes, just one point on financial sustainability on the equipment thing is what always the large equipment companies will come and tell you from 3D camera to a 4D camera. So as long as you can't charge it to your customer, please don't buy such equipments. It will just drain you.
Yeah. 3D is 3 times drain, 4D is 4 times drain in your money.
Correct, correct.
So this is a very interesting question. Government has raised the bus, train, alcohol rates, actually. Okay. What formula for healthcare to be followed in post-COVID to rehabilitate the finance? One thing is we have to understand that we can't raise that's what my take is. I leave everyone to do it according to your regional specific. You can't be raising the rates significantly. Suppose you are in a city where insurance is going to pay. Going forward, you will see that insurance will cut down the packages. And patients who are coming to us, I operate a hospital in tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 town. My tier 3 town, tier 2 and tier 3 town, all these employees who have been working, they are jobless. They don't have money. So we can't mindlessly increase the rate. Probably a 10% marginal increase in the rate will be accepted. Beyond that, patients will suffer. Probably they will pay for next 1 or 2 months. After that, they will not have money. Rather than passing on this cost to the patient, see how you can cut down the cost. So profitability, how do you bring the profitability? By increasing the tariff, by cutting down the cost. So at this situation, I would recommend first thing is to cutting down the cost, and second option is increasing the tariff. This is what I would like to say, Vishy.
Yeah, so we are in a very tricky situation. Alcohol rate taxes, state government can increase and still there'll be long queue. If you look at the revenue mix of a hospital, you will typically find that typically what I've seen is in tier 1 cities, is 65 to 70% of the revenue comes either from insurance payments or from central government schemes or any other state government scheme payments. Now these scheme prices are not going to change. And government is not going to increase. We have CGHS rates of 2014 in 2020, while the government has come with 7th pay commission and increased everybody's salaries, but they have not changed the hospital rates. Now, these are realities of life, what we are living with. So whatever price increase, even if you do, you're going to hit the 35% people who are coming and paying you cash today. So, and expecting that 35% people to take the burden of all the 70% is a very unexpected situation. Yes, some amount of I think hospitals together with their whatever forums they have to go and impress insurance companies to bring prices up, because the post-COVID insurance companies are also going to increase the insurance premiums, and very limited opportunities to increase prices, if you ask me. The way is to see how we can optimize more and more in some places. I'll go with on that.
Good. Okay, next question, please. New challenges, opportunity expected for small nursing home post-COVID. Are there any online programs available that can attend to enable us to implement the advice practically in our nursing home? So challenges and opportunities are there for any size of hospital. It's a small or medium or large hospital, challenges are there. Smaller hospitals definitely have more challenges because they don't have so much of cash to serve deeper product pockets than what the other bigger hospitals will have. But even bigger hospitals are also having a lot of problem because they have built large facilities taken by a big bank loan. So challenges, when you are, the patients may hesitate to come to your hospital. But I see that difference in tier 1 and tier 2 and tier 3 town, because in a tier 1 town where we have a hospital in Chennai, patients are hesitant to come to the hospital. Whereas in my tier 2 and tier 3 town hospitals, patients want to see the doctor in person. They are not bothered about corona and other things. They want to see. Once the lockdown opens, I feel that more patients will walk into our hospital and we'll be back to our business probably in another 15 days or 20 days time after the lockdown is released. The challenges which we face is, once again, the cash flow challenge. How do you manage cash flow change? I've already said, don't waste your money on unwanted equipments or unwanted expenditures. Cut down those expenses. Share certain resources with your colleagues, or handle group purchases. Any of you will talk about that going forward, handling group purchases. How do you handle group purchases? We'll talk. So these challenges can be addressed in your hospital itself. And of course, staff attrition will be there to begin with, and after that, staffs are going to come back, because healthcare is the first industry to revive and also continue to grow in this current situations. And opportunities, I see that there is a lot of opportunity in this situation. If you are going to go out, reach out to the community, like home healthcare, teleconsultation, and home delivery of medicines, group purchase, sharing of the equipments, and changing the business models like fee-for-service model for doctors, and work from home for certain employees, sharing certain employees. All these things are opportunities to improve the business or cutting down the cost. Are there any online programs? Definitely, that is the reason why we started this program along with the Madras Chamber of Commerce. This is the first experiment which we have done, and the interest has been so far very good. And we will refine this and continue this on a weekly basis. And going forward, we'll structure it in a nice way, and so that all the smaller nursing home will see that this forum will be the single repository for all their questions and answers. Thank you. The next slide.
मेरा क्वेश्चन आंसर किया ये मेरा क्वेश्चन था.
Is there a fixed cost, variable cost? Ideally, the hospital can benchmark. Vishy?
Yeah, it's a very difficult question to answer. Very difficult question to answer. Typically, I think we all know when we are running a hospital or any business enterprise for that matter, we should be able to generate at least between 18 to 20% money more than what we spend, so that we can use that money for not only paying investors back their investments, but also reinvest in the business going forward. So EBITDA is the word which is used typically in the parlance of finance to say that, okay, if I earn 100 rupees, I should be able to save 20 rupees. That could be a benchmark. There are hospitals who are there with 10% EBITDA, the hospitals who generate 25% EBITDA, depending on how they are managing the scale, size, and where they are. Now, is there a number to target? Yes, there's a number you can target. Typically, if you are able to get 53-54% of gross contribution, that is, if your variable expenses are between 40 to 45%, it makes a lot of sense. And by that definition, if you want a 15% EBITDA, then you can have a 40% cost or 30% cost. Fixed cost can't be more than 30 to 35% at a scale. Now, fixed cost, it is like this: if you buy an elephant, you have already taken the cost. And then you can't target the costs based on that, because then you have to feed the elephant in any case. So I think it goes from the place I keep telling in various forums. It is about thinking before setting up the hospital. The fixed costs are determined at the time of setting up the hospital. For example, you decide to have air-conditioned hospital and do a centralized AC hospital, and then you don't have occupancy. Then you're stuck with that fixed cost of running the AC, whether the patient is there or not. I think one idea would be, one ideal situation would be, can I make all the costs variable? And that should be the question which should be asked. And then you know that you have an answer to this question. That's what
yeah. Vishy, as usual, you made it so simple. So one thing is the fixed cost and variable cost. If you see, I'm a doctor, okay. Till I finished my MBBS, MD, I started my hospital. I didn't know anything about this fixed cost, variable cost, EBITDA, this ratio, that ratio, and I jumped into the hospital management and learned a lot of things. Okay. I would suggest is, and probably next session, we should have some simple financial numbers which every hospital should see. Probably we'll have a certain balance sheets or certain profit and loss statement. And so we should have a session on some simple things like, what do you mean by fixed cost? What do you mean by variable cost? Okay, I think that is my request to Vishy and others. Okay.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, so now next question. Role of HMS and IT in efficiently managing finance. Myself and Vishy, both of us are technologically very passionate people. And one disclaimer, I have to say that I also run a HMS and IT company called Agile Health. So I'm not promoting that. But I've been very passionate about HMS. I mean, to tell my example, when I started my hospital in 1999, I saw my first computer. Before that, I haven't seen a computer. I haven't used a computer. I didn't know what hospital management software was. And somehow over a period of time, I learned how to use it. And today, our hospital, I can say, is one of the very few hospitals which is more IT-enabled hospital, actually, in this part at least. Yes, a lot of people would like to cut down unnecessary computer. I mean, we don't want computer here. Come on here. That's very, I mean, we have important expenditure. I want to pay my staff salary. But investing in technology is very, very important in current situation, or even previously it was important. At least current situation, people will understand that investing in technology is very important. Unless you have a robust IT system within your hospital, you will not know how much your fixed cost, how much your variable cost, what is the profitability you will not know. For example, I can ask you a simple question to all the 40 participants who are here. Do you know what is the pharmacy stock level in your hospital as of today? All of you go back and then ask, or if you, I mean, I know normally my pharmacy stock level is 15 days of sales. Suppose my monthly sale is 1 lakh, I can have only 50,000 as my pharmacy stock. Normally, my pharmacy stock level is 15 days of sale. Now it is 30 days of sale, 30 to 32 days, because I need to stock up emergency medicines. In Corona time, I had 30 days of sale. Do you know that? You will not be able to know that unless you have a proper IT system. Just go back and do a dipstick test. How many of you can say exactly what is your pharmacy stock level? With that, I leave that to Vishy.
So I will start with a lighter note. All the doctors are here. How many of you upgrade your phones the moment a new model comes? Investment in IT technology. iPhone 9 goes, iPhone 10 comes, iPhone 11 comes. I think everybody goes and invests in technology at a personal level. But when it comes to hospital, my experience has been people have not been investing in technology because people were not able to know how to see the value that it is bringing on the table in terms of saving money in costs, like timely submission of bills. If there's a good HMS system, you ensure that there are no leakages happening in terms of what your billing items are. You don't miss them. You ensure that you're raising the right kind of bills to inventory, which Dr. Manivannan spoke about, to submitting things on time, having the various levels of cost, and you have the liberty to put some good young MBA blokes to analyze them and to find out the trends, the leakages in the operations, etc. So needless to say, yes, there is a significant role of HMS and IT. I keep calling them as enabling departments and not as support departments that everybody wants to call them. They enable amazing decision-making process. And we are seeing that benefits are being leveraged by hospitals who have invested in this technology. And I can go on hospitals who have done that significantly.
So Vishy, you are saying that next time before buying the latest iPhone, please see whether your HMS is latest.
Correct, for sure.
Okay.
Doctor, panelists, we've hit the time of 11:50.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are only a couple of questions which have come up on the chat now. So shall we take one more question here and then go to the
yes, sir. We can take one more question and then, okay.
Yeah.
What will be the impact on capital investments? Okay, that's a very good question, because capital investments are nothing but whether you are buying a land, building a hospital, or buying a equipment, or buying other things. These are the capital investments which we make generally in a hospital. The impact will be, all the capital investment will be postponed for next few months at least, till we know exactly how this situation is to come. For example, if you take our hospital, we have postponed almost all capital investment. No equipments have been bought in the last 2 months. Not even a single equipment, except for some replacement capex, like ECG machine is conked off. We bought a ECG machine. Apart from that, not even a single equipment which is costly than more than $1 lakh has been bought in our hospital. So if you are thinking of upgrading your CT scan from 16 slice to 64 slice, please wait. If you are planning to build a new block in your hospital, please wait. So what I would suggest is wait before making any investment. Wait for 3 to 6 months. Let the situation evolve. Let us know what will happen. Then we will invest on all these things. That's what my take is in this question. Yes, sir. I think we have completed this.
Doctor, there is only one question in 2 questions in the chat, so you can still take one more, I think.
Yeah, sure.
We can have the next question.
Yeah, so can you have the next question from the slide?
Srivatsan?
Yeah, it's coming. Next one. Yes.
Yeah. Rental scope of negotiation, I think we have already covered. We have already covered. Definitely we can have a discussion. Next one. Moratorium on loans and bank interest, Vishy, please.
Yeah,
you're the CFO.
Whether CFO or not, the current schemes, current schemes which have been announced by the government of deferment of term loans and moratorium on interest, etc. What one can do is one can reasonably take the moratorium on loans, which is available for 3 months, which is a good idea to do. It is not a good idea not to pay the bank interest on working capital, because the banks are expecting them to be paid on lump sum on 30th June in any case. Unless in next 25 days, there is a talk of this being pushed by another 3 months or 6 months. Currently, there's only limited opportunity of taking the loan deferment, and that is a good idea to take for sure.
Yeah, but as Vishy said, for this current situation, we can always defer it, but always you conserve cash. Anyhow, we have to pay this back. Banks are not going to waive off. We are not Vijay Malayas or something. So we have to pay back all this. So try to conserve cash and start paying as the moratorium ends. Yes, sir, we are done, sir.
Okay. See, there is a question which has been raised by Dr. Abdul Aziz from Tenkasi. It doesn't seem to be COVID relevant, but he's raised a question saying that there is uniformity among doctors in a town, even MBBS doctors collecting 50 rupees and 80 rupees specialists. Whereas in towns like Tenkasi, Karyanallur, how to bring uniformity? He's asking.
Okay. So as a doctor, I have the privilege of answering this. So I can say one thing, when I'm an anesthetist, when I'm a critical care physician, I'm not practicing anything now. So Anesthesia Society has been very strong in implementing the fee structure. There have been a lot of discomfort between anesthetists and surgeons of how much anesthetists are being paid. But in the last 5-6 years, there have been a lot of uniformity in anesthesia fee, the minimal fee. At least 80% of the anesthetists are paid that pre-agreed minimal fee in Tamil Nadu. I don't know about other states. So these things depend upon the professional bodies like IMA, surgeons or anesthetist bodies are the bodies which need to bring in this discussion. Earlier, probably they would have been willing to come for this discussion, but now in this crisis, all the doctors will be willing to accept what the professional bodies are advising. So this is 80 to 90% at this time. Yes, sir.
There is another question. It says, Dr. M. Srinivasan, we are keeping our staffs on compulsory leave for 5 days a month instead of layoff. Is that a good strategy? He's asking.
Definitely, it's a good strategy, sir, because we don't want to lose our staff, because we have to empathize with our staff also. We have to understand that they may be the only earning member in the family. Suddenly, you're going to send them off. It's going to cause severe distress to the family. Instead, you can say that, please, 10 days also, we can cut down the salary for next 3 months. As I said earlier, we have to communicate to the staff in the right way. One thing is, I'll tell you an example. My secretary has been working from home last 2 months. She has got a laptop, she gets connected with the system, and then she works. So there was a salary cut of around 4,000 rupees for her. So I asked her, so is it pinching you? She said, no. I've been spending around 5,000 rupees every month for travel to the hospital. In fact, I'm saving after the cut also. Now the cost is less for me. Definitely we can talk to our staffs. We can say that take a cut in your salary for 5 days or 10 days, whichever you are not coming. That's a good suggestion, Dr. Srinivasan from Nagarkoil.
Yes. There is another question from Mr. Param Iyer. Is
Yeah.
there a bank finance on pending insurance claims?
Vishy, you have to say that.
Yeah, I will say that in any case, working capital, insurance receivables are part of working capital, and there is a working capital finance available for sure. And given some relief, what is called as COVID relief being started now for MSMEs and other banks, that 20% more working capital will be given. It's a surrogate relief which is coming from banks on that. There's no specifically for insurance claim pending as such, but since it's part of the receivables, there's a 20% relief which is coming, and that is the only thing which is available now.
Okay. So now there are 4-5 questions in QA column, sir.
I'm calling out because some of the questions you seem to have already addressed earlier, so I'm not asking those questions.
Yeah.
There is one, Mr. Sumit, who has asked, who has expressed a worry. Are hospitals likely to revise pricing upwards once the COVID situation eases, so as to make up for the financial losses incurred during this period?
Yeah, I think Dr. Sumit, we have answered it. Myself and Vishy have answered it. If there is an opportunity available, we can raise it, but insurance company are not going to allow it, or our patients can't afford it. One thing is, the first step is cutting down the cost. So increase in the cost. That's what my take in this issue is.
I think there are quite a couple of other questions in the Q&A, but I think you have addressed those issues in your while answering the questions earlier. I think
there's one question by Ramesh Chandra about does the government generalize the COVID test in every hospital? This is not related to current financial discussion, but still, this depends upon the state to state. Please follow whatever your state is selling, because in this crisis situation, the government is changing its stance every week. You can't blame them. According to the situation, they are changing it. So we need to follow whatever the government is doing. And we also need to represent from our professional body to government. The governments are willing to listen to our suggestion. That's what my only answer for that question is.
There is Mr. Sivabalan, who has raised retention of EHR period is not specified in guidelines. How do we comply?
Vishy?
EHR on the guidelines, I think the guidelines are defined by medical ethics, where it clearly says that IP records are to be there for 3 years for sure. I think so. That is the guideline to follow. That's the minimum requirement for the government today. While the Digital Information Security Act is under pipeline, and if one has to go by that guideline, which is yet to be formalized, they are saying that the patient health record has to be retained for a period of the life of the patient, which could be 80 years and all those stuff, but this has not been approved as of now. So currently the guidelines available is the guidelines which says that 3 years of IP records have to be there.
Okay. There is another chat, I think Dr. Abdul Aziz asked in his chat, purchase of hospital equipment joining, why can't we reduce the cost? And that's a very interesting topic. Probably during the next session, we will really address about group purchase actually. We will talk about group purchase, why it is going to reduce the cost. That is very important. For a simple thing, I would like to give an introduction about group purchase. In US, 80% of the purchases done in the hospitals are through group purchase organization. In 2004, I studied about group purchase organization and tried to implement it within few hospitals in Trichy, my town. But somehow people were not interested. So that's when I started Medicall. After that, many hospitals have been asking whether Medicall will be able to support group purchase for this industry. But various other industry have done group purchases. But now what we are thinking is, can we have help from Madras Chamber of Commerce and implement this group purchase concept, and then we will implement it in the coming days. And we are already working in the back end how to do this group purchase. And probably in 2 weeks' time, we'll come out with a concept, group purchase of medicines and group purchase of equipments. Definitely, we'll come out with some solution, Dr. Aziz.
Good. So we're hitting 12 o'clock now. So do we have the panelists wanting to sum up? Srivatsan, would you like to sum up as we have hit the time of 12 o'clock? Srivatsan?
You're mute, Srivatsan.
Yeah.
No, we are not able to hear you, Srivatsan. So probably, Vishy, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, you can summarize, doctor. That's
Okay, then I'll summarize it, Srivatsan, on your behalf. So basically, I would like to thank Madras Chamber of Commerce for organizing and coordinating this event. Srivatsan from Biovedas, who have been my big support in Medicom, and Vishy, and with all this knowledge always. And we have learned a lot of finance from Vishy. And of course, Raghunathan Sahib for coordinating this show. And we want to limit it to 1 hour because beyond 1 hour, attention span is always less.
Yeah.
Since it's
Also,
online, this thing, we will continue to do it. And probably we can have a fixed time. We will send you a feedback form. All of you kindly say that which day is preferable, which time is preferable, and which topic is preferable. With that feedback form, please inform your friends also. We'll have a larger audience. We'll have benefit from everyone's knowledge. And if someone like to raise some pertinent questions or topics, please put on this question and answer. And Srivatsan will be circulating a Medicall email ID soon. So in that email ID, you can do it so that you can raise those questions in that forum. Thank you all for being here. And Srivatsan, can you open up all the images? We want to see all the participant faces.
Yeah, it has been done, doctor. It has been done.
And thank you, ma'am Saraswati, also for from Madras Chamber of Commerce for enabling this as part of the.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. And probably the two takeaways from your the further programs more on the financial side, and what Dr. Manivandan mentioned about the group purchases, we would definitely like to look at it very seriously and see from the chamber what we can do. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Very much.
अच्छा नया धंधा करें